Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. We want to be taking a look at the internet computer price chart one more time, because of course we have got a lively market the last 24 hours, and really what has been fueling this kind of a thing is rumors of an ETF here for Ethereum. And I think if it gets approved eventually, that is really something that is positive for this space, because as time goes on, we're going to be having more and more of these ETFs, and that's going to be leading to maturity and more development of the space. So I mean, we are all cheering for Ethereum. I think I mean, even though maybe some people have got different feelings about Ethereum, but I think for the betterment of this space, the crypto space, maybe it's an amazing thing. So we'll see how that eventually turns out to be. But I think that long term, even ICP eventually, or I possibly can have you know, its ETF. So let's hope that the project obviously survives, and you know, we are waiting for great things to happen here with ICP. But we have also been anticipating upward price action here for ICP for a very long time. I mean, we've been saying for the last maybe 4 or 5 updates that we are following a very strict structure right there, and this structure is promising something that is fantastic. We're going to get into that. And then here, obviously, with the recent rumors right in the market, I mean, the market gets excited, but also volatility comes with that, because there are just two possibilities, right? Either the thing is going to be declined, or maybe it's going to get approved. So we are going to have a decision in the next 48 hours. And I mean, I'm expecting like massive volatility right there, right? It's really going to be tricky as to understand which direction it's going to go, because I mean, think about it. If it gets rejected, is it going to be some kind of a buy the rumor, sell the news event? Or maybe if it gets approved, I mean, is it going to be having the same effect? So one way or the other is really tricky, but I'm going to be showing you what exactly we are looking out for here for the ICP price, that especially. But you know, before we get that, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for ICP Internet Computer Protocol updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I want to encourage you to do so, really, because I do TA on ICP and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me further running my mouth too much, let's actually start here with the 4-hourly time frame. So we are seeing a standard crossing structure that we have been, I mean, talking about obviously, but the background of this whole thing is that we are on top of the wake of accumulation pattern right there. We are also seeing that ICP is really resilient and trying to hold these higher lows as you know, the price tries to push down. So ICP looking very strong. So I mean, from a buyer standpoint, obviously you expect the price to be supported. That's exactly what we were doing here, taking this trade here. Our target is around something like $15.90, and we have taken the trade with some guys in the Patreon, and roughly we are up something like 25%, right? We still have got some room to grow, and I think that we're going to get there, right? But is it only $16 that I'm looking for here? I think I'm looking for even a higher price target right there, right? And I'll also show you my price target for the bull market, right? So I'm just gonna show you the kind of blueprint that we have been following right there, and that is actually none other than Myro. Yeah, I know a lot of people will be like, yeah, you know what, why are you comparing a meme coin to what ICP is doing? But remember, when we are looking at these charts, we're only looking at the behavior of people, right? So I mean, the behavior of the market participants really doesn't change, whether if it's a meme coin, it's gold, it's whatever asset you want to be comparing to. So here is the crossing structure that I'm talking about, where you see that we have got a huge fall like this. Obviously you have a relief bounce, and then you come down one more time and you do this. Now compare this to what ICP is doing. Just bear with me as I'm just trying to adjust this right here, and you are eventually going to see that we have the same fall here, right, with an extreme here. This is the extreme that you still have here. You have a bounce, you also have a bounce here, then you come back, you try to recollect yourself, right there before you have another pushback into your resistance levels here. Take a look at these resistance levels too, same thing right there, right? And then eventually you just go right, you know, crossing to the downside in a zigzag way. This is the same crossing structure that you are seeing as well, and eventually start pulling yourself up right there, and you are going to the upside. This is exactly what we have been following here with ICP, and this has been the, I mean, the school of thought for that trade that we were taking. So we'll see what eventually happens right there, but you can see that the next thing that we are anticipating is a grinding kind of a structure to the upside. So yeah, we are going to be seeing like -10, -5%, -6% every now and then, but the general trend from here is going to be an upward trend, right? So where exactly am I targeting? Obviously for that trade that I was talking about, we're targeting somewhere around $16. That's okay, but eventually, I mean, this structure, I expect it to take ICP to around something like $27, just using like our Fibonacci retracement tools like as a reference point right there, from the top of the structure to the bottom right there. we are seeing that it was the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level there, and doing the same thing pretty much for ICP. We're getting something like $27 for that 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. That is a good price target for the short term, obviously. So I expect this price target in the coming weeks or something like that for ICP here. I mean, in my humble opinion, I think the bottom is in already. Even if we have got shenanigans, obviously, with the ETF and whatever may happen, I think that ICP is not going to be dropping this low one more time around something like $11. So for me, really, whatever is going to happen right now really doesn't matter. I'm just looking at that structure that we have been following, because we're following that structure independent of whatever was happening in the market. So even in the case that it was a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of an event for the ETF, I think ICP is still going to be good. I mean, we have shown massive strength already anyway, with the work of accumulation pattern that we have been in. And we're looking, I mean, this is really the last stage of the whole thing. Obviously, it's going to take time. It's going to take 3 months saying the same thing and like again and again. And people are going to get frustrated. They're going to lose patience. But this is what has been the story of markets by time and again. But eventually, if you are asking me what am I looking for here long term with ICP, I think that eventually I'm looking at $221 as the next big price target for the bull cycle. I've had this price target for a very long time, and that price target really is just being inspired by this price action that we are seeing here with the market cap of ICP. Look, at the very beginning we were here, right, and I keep saying that, look, even in big falls, right, you expect at least to hit your first Fibonacci retracement too. But then again, on top of that, we even have a fantastic structure right at the bottom, which usually promises a new all-time high. And from a new all-time high, obviously you are targeting something like the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, right? That's around something like $112 billion for ICP. And I think that is something that is very possible considering how big the project is and how big the project is going to get in the coming years, right? So yeah, I still expect something like a 17x from whatever the price is sitting right at this point, which is going to be taking ICP to around something like $220 for the long term. And this is what keeps me going, I mean, at least for now, right? So short term wise, I think the structure is very clear. We are looking at something like $16 and then $27. Eventually for the bull cycle, we are looking at that $221 for ICP. But remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I say, alright? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the very next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye.